hard to get good healthy shoes.
I'll take that as a compliment.
No, sorry, you're good health. Sometimes the volunteer. No, you guys are great. I'm sorry, big thing.
I'm not a volunteer.
All right, in case you don't know, my name is John Larson. I am Associate Director here in the Office of Admissions. This panel is all about, rather than march up people in from all of our college divisions to check with you, we have a liaison program where all of us, all the admissions counseling, admissions director staff are basically liaisons with one of the college divisions. We do not have the brain capacity to know everything about the entire university and all the majors and all the things academic. We also do not have an expectation of you to know everything about all of the majors and all of the academic opportunities that are here. So the goal of this particular session, and maybe if the others show up, is that we're going to basically give some real high-level overview of each college division. So that when you do walk through Kingsbury, how many of you are majors in engineering and physical sciences? Okay, exactly. So those people, so you don't have to know everything, but you should be able to touch on it, because chances are somebody is interested in SEPs on your tour. And most popular majors coming on tours are going to be Colsa, and they're going to be Paul, and they're going to be SEPs. That's just the nature of the game. And there's a high level of nursing and OT stuff. But we're very, yes, please.
And Cole is our most popular, largest college major. We get most of the students in Cole.
Yeah, but you can be COLA majors anywhere.
Okay.
Really good question. So liberal arts majors, you can kind of find at any liberal arts college on the planet. Like we all teach English and we all have psych. But the kinds of specific things that people might seek out UNH for or travel across the country for could be marine science, it could be engineering, it could be, because we have soon, hopefully, to be a top, what is our, where we're at in business?
Top 70.
We're like top 70 potentially like business programs. So there's reasons why people get here. And I'll say this, lots of folks may seek out UNH because of one specific major, but there's a good chance that they're going to find another major while they're here. How many of you have already changed majors while you've been in college? How many more than once? More than twice? More than 3 times?
I like switch colleges.
All right, well, so again, you don't have to know everything. We will start with the 3 folks who are here. We'll let them introduce themselves and kind of their college. And if we got time, if we can get through this, then we certainly would love to get to know more of you as well. So, fair? Evan, you want to start?
Sure.
So, highlight will be tell us who you are, tell us the college, and then name maybe 2 or 3 bullet points that you would say, if you're going to tell somebody about X college, this is what you want to share about it. Go.
So my name's Evan. I graduated in 2014, so familiar with most of it. I am a liaison to Paul College of Business and Economics. Also as hospitality management is in that school as well. Am I already hitting your things?
Yeah, keep going.
So Paul College, the kind of one big selling point of Paul College is that we do have the gold standard top accreditation possible in the world. So AACSB accreditation is the Association to Advance Collegiate Schools of Business. You don't have to remember that.
There'll be a test on it tomorrow.
But we do expect you to know that our business school is AACSB accredited. That means kind of the top accreditation, only about 2% of the world's business schools are accredited through AACSB. That accreditation is very stringent. We just received our new accreditation for this coming academic year. So AACSB is kind of the one big selling point that we want to make sure we let people know about. The rankings that we mentioned, we talk a lot about rankings in business, a lot more than some other colleges, because people are looking for business school rankings. It fits within that kind of realm of possibilities. So we are currently ranked number 69 business school in the country. We like to say top 70. Just reduces the amount of giggles in the room. The poster that Haley turned around and looked at also lets us know that Bloomberg, who no longer provides rankings, we are in the top 40 public business programs in the country as well. So nationally, of all business programs, we are in the top 70. Business programs publicly, we are in the top 40. In terms of if you're talking to in-state students, UNH is the only school in the state that has that CSB accreditation at the undergrad level. So that's just a piece there.
And most of that accreditation is at the graduate level for most colleges. So there are way fewer that have that full accreditation at the undergraduate level, which is why that's one of the unique things, and the only undergraduate level in the state, so. Sorry.
Some more ranking stuff. Our hospitality management program is the second oldest program in the country. So a lot of really kind of old standing tradition within hospitality management, but that also means we have worldwide connections with alumni. We use kind of the anecdote that a lot of the schools around the Boston area actually get frustrated. This isn't something we can share with visitors. We kind of talk about it in our liaison stuff. A lot of schools in the Boston area get frustrated that UNH hospitality management interns take up many of the internship positions in that area. And schools that are 4 blocks away don't necessarily have that access. So that's a really big thing. Everyone should probably know about the FIRE program, the first year innovation and research experience. It's a first year student program that puts students into cohorts. So you have a much more kind of intimate experience. You have an upperclassman mentor that serves with you, and then also an alumni mentor that's paired with your group as well. It is academic credit bearing, so it's a freshman experience that students are required to take part in. And those programs allow students to get connected to so many different things, not just academic, but also social among the university as well. So we've seen increased GPA of those incoming freshman students because of this program, and that's something that's really important. I mentioned the 3 majors within Paul College. Economics has a Bachelor of Science and a Bachelor of Arts. Business Administration, largest major on campus. There's 7 different options within business admin, and then hospitality management. So, happy
Good.
to answer questions after.
You did good, because in the essence of time, we're going to move on anyway. Who wants to go next? Hooray, Megan.
I will go next. So my name is Megan Frieden. I'm also an admissions counselor here, and I'm one of our liaisons for the College of Liberal Arts. I am not a UNH alum, but I was a history and Spanish major, so I really love the liberal arts. I kind of think they're the bomb.com, so I'm excited I get to talk about them all the time. We're going to be a little less kind of numbers driven in the College of Liberal Arts. We have about 30 majors, so we're the single largest college division here at UNH, about 4,300 students overall, so a pretty big percentage of the population here. Undeclared liberal arts, most popular entry major, and a good place to launch your UNH career from. So there you're going to take a 1 credit advising seminar. You're probably familiar with this already, but it's a really good option for a lot of students to come into the university. Kind of some things to know about liberal arts here, really flexible, kind of in terms of what your curriculum's going to look like, how you get to design your experience, in a lot of ways more so than any other college division. So a lot of liberal arts classes naturally fulfill discovery requirements, so by virtue of that, pretty easy to get your discovery requirements out of the way while also being a business student. You also have a lot of opportunities to customize your curriculum within your major. So there might be, a few courses you kind of have to take or course areas you have to focus in. There's a lot of space for electives, both within your major and then beyond. So as a virtue of that, a lot of our students also have minors, double majors, things like that. You have a lot of flexibility in kind of thinking about your curriculum. Another big thing, really interdisciplinary, and a lot of that kind of comes from the faculty directly. So we have some senior faculty, people like Mary Stamponi, she's the state's leading climatologist, who also has an affiliation with NASA. We also have some really new exciting faculty, people like Sabrina Smith, she's in the philosophy department. She teaches a 500 level evolution class in the philosophy department, combines bio and philosophy kind of in that course. So really taking an interdisciplinary look at how we think about different topics within the liberal arts, which is a little bit unique. kind of one thing to be aware of too is just, how we might be different than some other liberal arts programs. So you are at a research university, as you all know, and that definitely needs something for liberal arts students too. Many students who think about liberal arts are also looking at private, small New England liberal arts schools. Those schools don't have the resources of a larger public university behind them. So while you can be specialized in the liberal arts here, you also have access to things like research centers and institutes. The Prevention Innovation Center, Prevention Innovation Research Center is affiliated with COLA. That's kind of a leader in the country for bystander intervention, sexual violence, things like that. We have things like the New Hampshire Survey Center, which I'm a little bit of a political science geek, so I think that's like the coolest thing. But they basically study the changing demographics of New Hampshire and kind of how policy attitudes in New Hampshire play into local and national election results in a lot of ways. That's pretty cool. And students there work directly with faculty to do that. So there's these research centers and institutes that are affiliated with the university. We have over 20 COLA specifically managed programs for study abroad. So there's kind of a lot of unique outlets beyond the kind of COLA curricular experience, classroom experience, as a result of us being a research university, which is pretty unique.
Thank you.
All right. So my name is Liana Espia. I'm also an admissions counselor and I'm a liaison for the College of Engineering and Physical Sciences. I did also graduate from UNH in 2017. All right, so I'm trying to fit this into a few minutes. My presentation is usually an hour, so let's try this. All right, so when we're talking to parents, we talk about kind of what sets UNH apart. So given that all ABET certified or accredited universities teach the same kind of things, the same stuff, what sets UNH apart? So a lot of times I talk about kind of, or all the time, I talk about kind of the interdisciplinary work that goes into the College of Engineering and Physical Sciences. Something that happens at other universities and institutions is that engineering and physical sciences are completely different college divisions. At UNH, they are in one college division, which allows for a lot of cooperation and integration between the different majors. It also gives students the opportunity to kind of collaborate and really figure out if you're undeclared kind of what you're interested in. There is a class their freshman year that they can take if they are undeclared called Tech 400. And that's really meant to kind of expose students to the different disciplines within engineering, the different engineering options, the different physical science options, what you can do with all of those majors. So that's one thing that kind of sets UNH apart, is that we are in the same college division. Another thing that sets us apart, and one of the few kind of things of this nature in the world, the Interoperability Lab, so IOL, you probably have heard of that. So that's a communication and networking. Devices are sent to UNH from Fortune 500 companies, and our undergraduate students are able to test those products and see if they meet standards. So before these devices go out into the market, they have to get that check of approval, and our undergraduate students are conducting kind of the research and giving that check of approval. There is a 99% placement rate for students working in the IOL. So if they start their freshman year, they already have 3 years of experience in industry. So they have a very high placement rate after graduation. They're all kind of getting placed in wherever they want to work. In terms of unique programs, so ocean engineering, we're kind of in a perfect location for ocean engineering. We're right by the seacoast. Our ocean engineering program is one of 9 in the country. Again, it makes us unique because of our location, so perfect kind of area for that. And then we have a ton of student organizations that are focused on engineering, so Society of Women Engineers, National Society of Black Engineers, STEM Ambassadors. I always say it's really rare, as you all know, it's really rare to find a UNH student who is just a UNH student. Although academics is always going to come first, they're getting involved in so many other things related and unrelated to their majors. And we really think that that's kind of what makes students attractive come graduation time and once you start applying for those jobs. So we always kind of, in our presentations, emphasize that our students are getting involved in research and internships, getting jobs while being students, and then getting involved in student organizations related to their major and just social organizations as well.
Sorry.
And then we have nationally recognized faculty members. So we are actually a world leader in seafloor mapping. So Larry Mayer is one of the professors. He was actually named to President Obama's Arctic research mission. So we have students who are taking classes with these professors that are known worldwide, and a lot of the research that is being done kind of locally. And I won't go into all of those details because we do have a time restriction, but the research that's being done locally by UNH students, staff, faculty, and the local community is impacting the local community now, but it has kind of the ability to impact the country as a whole. So it's really important research that our students are doing. It's not just to put on your resume, it really is impacting the community and the country as a whole.
Thank you. So, for our latecomers, introduce yourself, the college that you're liaison, and then like high-level overview of what tour guides might be responsible for. Not that you will be responsible for even half the stuff we're even telling you, but it's good to have some of this background so you've got something other than what you may think you know going into tours. So, Rachel, we'll let Rachel finish.
My name is Rachel Kim. I'm one of the admissions counselors. I am also a UNH alum, graduated in 2016 with a degree in social work, and I am a liaison to the College of Life Sciences and Agriculture. We are the elite team. So
What does that
students,
stand? Does
Whoa.
that stand for anything, or do you
yeah,
just
it
call it
does.
something? What does it
We're
stand for?
just pretty awesome. So COLSA is definitely.
By the way, if you want to go through the statistical data, you'll see that the SEPS liaisons are actually the cream of the crop here.
Put the A in.
We put the A in liaison program.
But it has nothing to do with steps, but that's okay.
Yeah.
There's no A in
Mother does eliteness.
Anyways, students who are looking to be in COLSA are definitely the students who love being in the outdoors. COLSA students are definitely able to reap the benefits of our great location, being so geodiverse, 20 minutes from the ocean, hour south of the mountains. Even an hour north of Boston is definitely a great benefit for the students in COLSA. For example, those who are looking to study the Community Environmental and Planning program. But just some stats. Money Magazine ranks UNH number 7 for people who love the outdoors. USA Today top 10 best colleges to study natural resources and conservation. And we're ranked 2nd nationally for ecological research. A unique makeup of the population of COLSA is that 70% of the students are female. And that's pretty unique, being one of the 2 STEM colleges at UNH, and there being a national call for more female representation in STEM. That's definitely a unique makeup. We have the highest number of students going on to medical and veterinary school. The biomedical science major specifically meets all the prereqs needed for medical and veterinary school, so that definitely is a huge draw for students looking to go on to med or vet school, even though your major can literally be anything to be admitted into pre-professional school. But just some stats. Over 50% of our students who apply into medical school get into medical school, and that 50% is a lot higher than the national average. And for veterinary school, it depends on the year, but it'll be anywhere between 75% to 100% placement into vet school. Again, a much higher percentage than the national average.
National average is like 50%,
Yeah.
55% for vet school. So we kill it on the pre-vet side.
Yeah, and another benefit to that is that we have animals right on campus for students to get that hands-on experience. We have the CREAM program. I don't know if anyone is familiar with that. I always forget the acronym, but it's Cooperative Real Experience or Extension something something. But it's based.
There's a test on that too.
And
But
Haley can be your best resource.
But it's a cohort of about 20 to 25 upperclassmen, juniors or seniors, and each student is responsible for a cow. So they'll wake up as early as like 4 in the morning, and they'll go out, and they're just responsible for the daily chores, and as a team, they're responsible for running a small business. And according to the Associate Dean, Kim Babbitt, vet schools love that. They are familiar with the CREAM program, and they love that students are getting that unique experience. So that's definitely a huge draw for students. We have the highest number of students participating in the undergraduate research conference. If you don't know, the URC was actually started within COLSA. Many, many years ago, a couple faculty members got together and had students who had conducted research and thought, hey, these students should be sharing their wonderful findings. So out of that, this huge conference was born. So that definitely is something that COLSA is really proud of. And some unique programs, the zoology and the genetics programs are programs that really aren't offered nationwide. We're one of the very few schools in the country that offers zoology and genetics. There are more internships in the college than students enrolled. So that definitely is a huge benefit for COLSA students, that there are an abundant amount of internship opportunities available. And just some outcomes, 92% of students are employed or are enrolled in graduate school, And some top employers, Boston Children's Hospital, Lonza Biologics, Mass General Hospital, and the U.S. Forest Service. And some top grad schools, UNH, BC, Dartmouth, Tufts, and Vanderbilt Medical School. And that's it.
So, how prep am I? Not very prep, but I'll go through it. My name is Richard Ames. I'm the Associate Director in the Admissions Office. I'm the liaison for the School of Health and Human Services. We have 12 majors in these schools, and 98% of the students who leave this school are going into positions in the medical or hospital field. 96% of them are doing internships. One of the wonderful research that they're doing in this particular school is working on a helmet that's being designed to detect when football players get a concussion. The other thing that I really love about this university or this particular school is that you have students who are literally going above and beyond and working, one, with the Division I football team that's literally helping students or these football players to redesign the way in which they're tackling each other. You know, we have a problem with the head tackle, and they're literally working with the Division I team to change the way in which they're tackling each other's. Not only that, when we look at this particular school, you have classroom theory during the day, and you get to literally get the opportunity for the athletic trainers, you get the opportunity in exercise science, you get the opportunity to do theory during the day and literally working with the football team, the Division I athletic teams during the evening. The majority of these classes will do internships. Social work, by far, do I think at least 450 hours of internship, which is really, really a lot of work. And senior year, I think that's their senior project. It's a very competitive school to get into, and I know a lot of times people are saying that we shouldn't be scaring students away, but the reality is, it is very competitive to get into. One of the most competitive programs to get into on this campus is nursing. Average GPA to get into the nursing program is a 3.98, and the SAT score average is 1260 SAT score and 26 ACT score. Some of the other program is occupational therapy, kinesiology, exercise science, are some of the other competitive programs to get into. Lots of student organizations within the school to be involved in, and they're encouraged to be involved, which supports them moving further into their career. Our professors within these programs are literally not only just professors, they have written textbooks in the field, college textbooks, so really makes these professors well connected within the field, which also gives the students the opportunity to get the same connection in hospitals and organizations within the community and the state. So you're in a school that's literally giving you practicum and internships, which really prepares you that when you walk away from this school, you are well connected. 98%, as I said, will go on either in careers or grad school. Our success rate in certification is generally anywhere between 98 to 100%. Nursing is 100% success rate in that certification. So you're in a place where professors are well connected, which gives students the opportunity to also be well connected.
We're supposed to have like 20 minutes around or
20.
now. All right, everybody. So that clearly does not give us a whole lot of time to talk. It's a lot of basic information. Just hopefully you'll find some highlights you can share when you're having your tours, especially when someone asks about any one particular college division. Here's the thing. None of our students know what college divisions are, so they're going to ask about majors. So it's going to be important that you at least have some semblance while you're on tour of what kind of majors are going to land in which college divisions. And you don't have to know all the stats. You can focus those back to us when they get back. But you should have some high-level kinds of things when you talk about the conference. All right, cool, great.
Thanks, Jen.
All right.